Love used to feel like chance, a glance across a room, an introduction through a friend, a moment that unfolded without design. But somewhere along the way, something shifted. Romance did not disappear, it became filtered, sorted, and ranked. Invisible systems began deciding who we see, when we see them, and whether we ever cross paths at all. I believe the algorithm has quietly become the most powerful matchmaker of our time, and most people are using it without ever understanding it. At first glance, it feels simple. You open an app, you swipe, you match, you message. But beneath that simplicity is a complex system learning your behavior in real time. It watches what you linger on, who you engage with, how quickly you respond, what you ignore. It is not just showing you people, it is shaping your preferences. I believe that in 2026, you are not just dating other people. You are dating through a machine that is constantly learning who you are, or at least who it thinks you are. And that distinction matters. Because the algorithm does not see your intentions, it sees your actions. You may say you want depth, connection, something meaningful. But if your behavior leans toward quick validation, surface-level attraction, or inconsistency, that is what it feeds you. It mirrors you, but only based on what you demonstrate, not what you declare. I believe this is where many people become frustrated. They feel misunderstood when in reality they are being reflected. The truth is, the algorithm rewards clarity. The more intentional you are, the more precise your results become. If you engage thoughtfully, communicate consistently, and align your actions with your actual values, the system begins to adjust. It starts showing you people who reflect that same energy. I believe that while the algorithm may seem controlling, it is also responsive, and that gives you more influence than you think. But there is a deeper layer to this. The algorithm is not just technological, it is psychological. It taps into human behavior in ways that are subtle but powerful. It understands the pull of novelty, the dopamine of matches, the illusion of endless options. It creates a space where connection feels abundant, but commitment feels optional. I believe this abundance is both a gift and a trap. Because when everything feels available, nothing feels essential. You start to evaluate people like profiles instead of individuals. You look for reasons to move on instead of reasons to stay. Small imperfections become disqualifiers because the next option is always one swipe away, and without realizing it, you begin to optimize for excitement rather than compatibility. I believe this is one of the quiet costs of modern dating, the erosion of patience. But here is what I have come to understand. The algorithm does not eliminate human responsibility. It amplifies it. It gives you access, but it does not give you judgment. It creates opportunity, but it does not create meaning. That part is still yours. I believe the people who succeed in dating today are not the ones who beat the algorithm, but the ones who remain grounded despite it. There is an art to navigating this world without losing yourself in it. It starts with awareness, understanding that what you see is not random, it is curated, that your experience is not universal, it is personalized, and that if you do not like what you are experiencing, the first place to look is not outward, but inward. I believe self-awareness is the most underrated advantage in modern dating. There is also a need for restraint. Just because you can engage endlessly does not mean you should. Just because options are available does not mean they are aligned. The ability to pause, to choose intentionally, to invest in one connection instead of chasing many, that is where depth begins. I believe discipline, not access, is what creates meaningful relationships in a world of infinite choice. Your profile, your photos, your words, they matter. They are not just representations, they are signals. They communicate who you are, what you value, and what kind of connection you are inviting. But authenticity is key. If you present a version of yourself that is designed only to attract attention, you may succeed in getting matches, but you will struggle to build anything real. I believe alignment between who you are and how you present yourself is what turns matches into meaningful connections. Communication, too, has evolved. The early stages of connection are often digital, which means tone, timing, and clarity carry more weight than ever. Delayed responses, vague messages, or inconsistent engagement can shift the entire dynamic before you ever meet. I believe that in a world where attention is divided, intentional communication becomes a form of respect. And yet, for all its complexity, the algorithm cannot replicate one thing: presence. It cannot simulate the energy of being with someone in real life, the subtle cues, the unspoken connection, the feeling that either exists or does not. No amount of data can fully predict chemistry. I believe that while the algorithm can introduce you, it cannot decide for you. This is where many people get lost. They stay too long in the digital space. Conversations stretch endlessly without action. Connections remain theoretical instead of becoming real. But at some point, the screen has to give way to reality. I believe the goal of the algorithm is not to replace real interaction, but to lead you to it. There is also something to be said about emotional availability. The algorithm cannot measure it, but it can expose it. Patterns emerge. Inconsistency reveals itself. Intentions become clear over time. If someone is not ready, no amount of matching will change that. I believe one of the most important skills in modern dating is recognizing alignment, not just in attraction, but in readiness. And then there is rejection, something the algorithm makes both easier and more frequent. You are exposed to more people, which means more potential for disconnection, but it also removes some of the weight. Not every mismatch is personal. Sometimes it is timing, sometimes it is preference, sometimes it is simply lack of alignment. I believe learning not to internalize every outcome is essential to maintaining confidence in this environment. What fascinates me most is how much control we actually have, despite the system. You can choose how you engage. You can choose your standards. You can choose whether you prioritize depth over distraction. The algorithm responds, but it does not decide. I believe that understanding this balance between influence and responsibility is what separates intentional dating from passive participation. In 2026, dating is no longer just about meeting someone. It is about navigating a system while staying connected to yourself. It is about using technology without being used by it. It is about recognizing patterns without becoming predictable. And most importantly, it is about remembering that behind every profile is a real person with complexity that no algorithm can fully capture. I believe the real algorithm for dating is not written in code, it is written in behavior. It is the way you show up, the way you communicate, the way you choose, and the way you remain grounded in what you truly want. The technology may evolve, the platforms may change, but those fundamentals remain constant. Because in the end, the goal is not to win the algorithm. It is to find something real within it. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the Digital Mentor 777 via YouTube.